Met each other in that big game 5 different times. Got a clock issue here before we get started. Our officials today, Joe Cieslak, Jason Parks, Adam Ariosa. Now we're good. We got 15 minutes up on that first quarter clock here at Homewood Field, one of the best places to watch a lacrosse game on the planet. It's going to be Joe Hobot to take the opening faceoff for Hopkins. Missed the last 2 games due to an injury against John Mullen, an All-American last year, who has not been himself the last couple games. It's a violation against Hopkins. It'll be Syracuse ball. Possession.
Has struggled this year in their slide and recovery patterns.
There's a win for Carter Kryszak, who's a great story for Johns Hopkins. Really helped flip that game in Charlottesville.
On a cut, and Dave had an old heavy wooden stick. He broke it in half over Gary's arms. He comes off to the sideline. He goes, "I hit that guy as hard as I could, and my stick broke on his shoulder." And he just winced it off and went in and scored.
Didn't bother him at all.
Little did we know that later in that campus is done.
Yeah, might go into finance, might go into real estate. He'll be a 3-sport athlete. He'll play indoor lacrosse, outdoor lacrosse, and then finance or real estate. Pick your poison. John Mullen finding a bit of a groove at the face-off X. That's what Syracuse wanted to see, but he couldn't win it clean. And Hopkins takes it away. Now they have to clear, which
scoring 17-16, an epic game.
And you still said, I want to go to Hopkins.
No, I was a Syracuse fan at that game. I thought the Hopkins band was a little annoying, actually.
Hopkins eventually claims that face-off, the opening one of the second quarter. 9 turnovers. And he bobbled it when he caught that pass. It was his own personal hidden ball trick. He did it himself. Kept it and scored. He's got both Hopkins goals, both unassisted, which is also uncharacteristic for Johns Hopkins, one of the best passing teams in the country.
Excellent last week at Penn.
Yeah, had a hat trick in that comeback victory for Syracuse. As the Orange respond in under a minute, 46 seconds between those last 2 goals. Hobot the win for Hopkins on the faceoff. Assistant coach here after he was a player as well.
Very similar players. Billy Dwan was a teammate of mine for 3 years. We were roommates for a bit after college. Very similar. Hockey mentality, different finishes. It's not only about changing hands, but it's changing release points.
Clean win for Hobot. Hopkins can tie it here. McCool has other ideas.
Culture, he has elevated the program.
Well, that's what happens when your best player is your hardest worker, right? People kind of fall in line.
You see that at every level. You see that at every level, whether it's high school. We see it here at the college level. You see it in the NBA. But those star players to be more disruptive.
You still think the band's annoying?
No, I've grown to love the band.
I'm sure you have.
It's one of my favorite parts of coming here.
This went to Brooks English, his 12th of the year, tops on the team.
That band showed up for the convenient weekend for Coach Spolina, who had a big win, I believe, yesterday in Stony Brook against Denver in overtime. Stony Brook women having a strong season.
And shaping up to be a nice weekend for Joe, also the GM of the California Redwoods in the PLL. Off the face-off win, Syracuse.
Looks.
It's a clean win for Mullen in the opening face-off of the 3rd quarter. It was an even split 6-6 in the first half.
He's been impressive. Johnny Mullen struggled early on in that Penn game. He finished that game, though, playing.
That's worth 2 at the next level from that range. There's that violation. First one of the day for Mullen, right? He had 18 coming into this game. Chauvet.
Amazing teammate, really steady mindset, practice player, outstanding, everything you could ask for in a star player at a time where he's putting up 5 and 6 points on a night and getting ambushed and you know, routine basis. Never complained. Never saw him lose his composure once, Drew.
There's a hold, and it'll be Syracuse ball.
He got beaten and battered basically from his sophomore season at Syracuse on for the rest of his career. People would take shots at him like nothing I've ever seen. Super dangerous with the extra man.
Again, it's Spallina and Thompson linking up. This time, Spallina the finisher. 3 goals, 2 assists. And Spallina now in his career against Johns Hopkins, 19 points in 4 games.
You think about all their action in settled sets, and he's been the guy who's been involved. Dwan's got 2 goals in transition. A high-to-high shot, so you hold, and you can't get there in time.
This is Syracuse's largest lead after 2 goals in under a minute.
It's danger zone right now in Baltimore for Pete Mullen and the Jays.
Mullen, the faceoff X like a boa constrictor, trying to choke the life out of Hopkins here.
Pulling McCool off his line.
It's a clean win for Mullen. John Mullen straight to the rack. His 2nd goal of the year. The Orange have won 6 of their last 7 faceoffs. This one leads to pay dirt for Mullen.
Win the whistle. Clean scoop. Speed to evade the trail check. Disrespected by the defense. Mullen came into this season as one of the best Fogos in the country, 63% a year ago. Norwell, Mass. He's a worker. He's been jumpy this season with 18 violations. Man, he has cleaned that up today, and he is putting on a show.
Make it 7 of the last 8 he's won, but a clean check. He lost the ball.
Went off his leg,
yeah,
though.
It'll be Hopkins' ball. Yeah, last touch by Mullen.
Work is precise.
It only took 46 seconds for Hopkins to respond. That's after Mullen went face-off to goal in 5 seconds for Syracuse's last. And the Blue Jays
against Penn and then today.
Now, he did not have a point against Princeton. And after the game, the Tigers head coach Matt Madelon said he's the best player in the country. Even after that performance, he commands a ton of attention. Johns Hopkins ball now trailing by 4 again.
Collison needs more touches.
After the violation by Mullen, Drew Angelo in there for the faceoff. Syracuse has possession. Vinny Bolnino runs it into the offense. A shake and wiggle. Mullen back in there. Right ball. Goes to Hopkins. Barring something miraculous, it'll be too little too late. Liam Burke has it. Now it's Collison. Righty shot.